Hello everyone, I'm Ivy, one of the registered dietitian on the bariatric team here at TWH. Welcome to the nursing module for the 1 month post-bariatric surgery class. At 1 month post-surgery, there should be no dressing over your incisions. Most incisions should be closed at this stage. Larger incisions tend to take a bit longer to heal. They may be slightly red or scabbed, and that's okay and normal. Avoid rubbing any ailments onto your incisions, such as vitamin E or D or bio oil. Just keep the incisions dry after shower. You may feel a hard lump or bump underneath the incisions. That is normal. It means that your body is continuing to heal and there's inflammation. The hardness will go away after 3 to 6 months. Sometimes when you're changing your position from lying to sitting or sitting to standing, you may feel a tug or pull inside your abdomen. This is also normal and resolve after 3 to 6 months post-surgery. As a reminder that you just had surgery and you need to take it easy as things are still healing. Usually after the surgery, people feel tired and weak, not a lot of energy. You're also not able to take in as much food, and you may be struggling to get your fluids in. So take it easy. But we do encourage you to try to move around if you feel up to it. This can be like walking on the treadmill or going outside for walks. You can resume sexual activity when you feel well enough, and you can return to work depending on your occupation. For the first month post-surgery, we recommend no lifting more than 20 pounds, no water exercises as your incisions are healing, and no abdominal exercises, including abdominal crunches, yoga, or Pilates. As the insides of your stomach are still healing, you can engage in light cardio activities such as walking. You can move into lifting weights and participating in abdominal exercises as tolerated when you move into 1 to 3 month post-surgery. You can engage in water exercises if your incisions have healed and engage in moderate cardio activities such as using the cardio machine on a low intensity where you're still able to have a conversation while exercising. After 3 months, there are no restrictions to your activity level. You can gradually increase your activity level as tolerated, aiming for a combination of cardio and resistance training to optimize your health and weight loss. With regards to medications, you would have received a 90-day supply of PPI when you were discharged. This may come as lansoprazole or pantoprazole. It looks like a pink and black pill. This helps protect your stomach from developing ulcers. Please take this every day for 2.5 months. Then take it every other day for the last 2 weeks. Then stop to gradually wean it off. You can continue to take the Senokot for constipation if needed, but hopefully you can start to wean off of this as well as you increase your fiber and water intake. If you had the Roux-en-Y, you should not be taking any anti-inflammatory drugs or NSAIDs. These include Advil, ibuprofen, naproxen, Aleve, Celebrex. And this recommendation is for life because these medications are hard on your stomach and put you at higher risk of ulcers. If you had a sleeve, you can take these medications, but even with the sleeve, taking these medications long term can cause ulcers. If you're taking a low dose aspirin for heart health, you can continue to take it. Please avoid any extended release medications as they are not metabolized while post-surgery. You may have to open them to take it. We recommend following up with your doctor about switching to a regular release or to monitor more closely. In general, you want to avoid time release or extended release medications and supplements. If you are of childbearing age, you must prevent pregnancy for at least 12 to 18 months post-surgery for your health and the health of your baby. If you're not able to meet your nutrition requirements by this time, you may need to wait longer to plan pregnancy. Meeting your nutrition requirements can include making sure you have a good diet, taking vitamin mineral supplements regularly, and have stable blood work. Birth control pills are not well absorbed post-surgery. Please do not use those. Use an alternative form of contraception instead. For example, the patch or the IUD. Please follow up with your doctor to find a suitable contraception for you. Lastly, smoking is discouraged. Smoking cannabis is also discouraged. Any type of inhalation of smoke can put you at higher risk of developing ulcers if you had a Roux-en-Y. If you use cannabis regularly, consider alternate forms such as oils or edibles. You are recommended to continue to use your CPAP machine and have a follow-up study at 1 year post-surgery. For many of our patients, the pressure of their machines may need to be adjusted as they lose weight. So if you're finding yourself waking up with a lot of gas in your stomach or your mouth is really dry in the morning, this can indicate that your CPAP machine's pressure is too high, and you may need to contact your sleep doctor about adjusting your machine, and you may need to have another sleep study done sooner. Continue to check your blood sugar levels and follow up with your specialist. Sometimes your medications may need to be changed or monitored regularly after surgery. We can also touch base with you about this at our follow-up appointments. This slide lists the items to follow up with your local primary care provider, including medication adjustments and refills, low blood sugars, incisions, medical concerns outside of bariatric surgery. Please do not discontinue your medications without first following up with your doctor. And if you need a return to work or school letter or insurance or disability forms completed, please refer to your primary care physician or your family doctor. Please go to the emergency room if you experience the following: severe abdominal pain, not being able to eat or drink, you have fainting episodes or lose consciousness, there's blood in the stool or you have black stool, you are having suicidal or homicidal thoughts, or unusual swelling, pain, warmth, or redness in the leg. Contact the bariatric clinic if you experience constant nausea and vomiting, increased abdominal pain or new abdominal pain, increased heartburn or new heartburn, or daily constipation. Our phone number is printed on the slide. Lastly, our website has more helpful videos to help you navigate recovery after bariatric surgery. This is the end of the 1-month class. Thank you very much for listening in.